to another edition of Picks, Parlays, and Pints, brought to you by the Utopia Event Center here at 12th and Lind, and also Heck Gaming. I'm with Shane Hulsey, and we had a pretty good week last week.
Yes, we did.
We did. So, college, I started off bad, then got hot. Pro, I was solid. I tell you what, you betting the over on the Cowboys game is, and you throw a Cowboys game and an Aubrey field goal in there, it's money in the bank.
Just about. If there was such a thing as free money, it'd be it.
Pretty much. So we're going to go ahead and get into it right now with our local colleges. Homecoming on the Hill in Canton?
Yeah. The 4-3 Wildcats playing some good ball.
Yep.
A couple of comeback wins. Well, I say the last 2 weeks, but their last 2 games, there's a bye mix in there. But they're playing some good ball, and they got St. Ambrose coming to town, hoping to keep it rolling.
All right, so good luck, and always a fun time. The parade in downtown Canton, homecoming's a special time over there for Culver Stockton, no doubt about it. And the Hawks are going to be road warriors, aren't they?
They were road warriors. Now they're going to get a nice taste of some home cooking in the season 3 of the last 4 games at home after playing 5 of 6 on the road.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. They got S&T coming to town. A couple of teams hanging around 500. Should be at the very least a competitive game at the Rock.
And let's hope that the Hawks can pick up the win there over the Miners. And then WIU, an up and down season for the Leathernecks.
Yeah, they've had a tough last couple of weeks, letting some games slip away in the fourth quarter. They get to go down to Nashville, face the Fighting Eddie Georges of Tennessee State.
So, and he's the coach there, correct?
Yes.
And so that's going to be fun. And they'll be down in Nashville. Maybe they'll get to hang out with the Tigers because Mizzou's in Nashville.
Yes, they are.
Game days in Nashville.
Game days in Nashville. I mean, think about saying that sentence about 10 years ago.
Right? No kidding. And again, Vanderbilt, just an amazing story. And I'd really be rooting for them every week except this week.
Yes.
So again, the Vanderbilt Commodores taking on the Missouri Tigers. Missouri with that big win last week. Vanderbilt is favored by 2.5.
It's basically telling you these teams are even.
Yeah.
That's that 2.5's for home field. If you like Mizzou, take the points. I'll probably take it plus 3.5, kick my feet up, and enjoy this one.
You don't want any Mizzou outright at plus 120?
I'll take just the plus 3.5, hedge my happiness a little bit. If they happen to lose on a field goal, at least I made a little cash. So.
Well, let's take a look at some of the other top 25 matchups. It looks like there's a lot of lopsided stuff going on in a lot of the other matchups. I think the most evenly matched game that we have is the Missouri-Vanderbilt game. I would have said maybe, and Texas A&M LSU is close, but boy, anybody like the way LSU's playing right now?
No, but you got to factor in Tiger Stadium at night. That is enough to strike some fear into anybody. But I mean, Texas A&M they've proven they can win in just about any way. They've won shootouts, they've won slugfests. It's hard to see anybody going undefeated in the SEC, but I would lean A&M just the way these teams are trending right now. But of course, it's college football LSU could win this thing by 3 touchdowns. So.
I like A&M as well, and of course A&M will be in Columbia, Missouri in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. So for a big matchup, that could be a big game if Missouri continues to stay on course. Let's talk about the Hurricanes. Boy, oof. That was a hurt one last Friday.
Yeah, and Jeff Brom will do that to you. He'll clip you. Carson Beck, 4 interceptions? That Louisville defense was just flying around, and Miami's got the ghost of Andrew Luck coming into town.
Miami favored by 30 and a half. The over-under line's only 45.5.
That's basically telling you, is Stanford going to score more than 7 points? That's what that's telling you.
Yeah. We were hammering Miami all season, and then last week they sort of bit us. But I don't know if they'll cover that 30.5, but I think they'll be fine.
That's a stay away for me. I'm not laying 30.5 with anybody right now.
You wouldn't lay 32.5 with the Oregon Ducks playing the hapless Badgers, though?
That might be a different story. And again, Your line's 32.5. The total is 44.5. Is Wisconsin going to score? I don't know. They haven't the last 2 weeks. I don't know.
I really like.
Oregon just. I mean, you saw what they did. The line against Oklahoma State was similar, and you saw what they did. What was it, 62-3 or something?
Yeah, I like Oregon to cover, and I'll tell you a big upset I'm liking is I like Stark Vegas.
Stark Vegas.
I'm liking Stark Vegas because Texas is really struggling right now.
Yeah, or at least take that touchdown. Take the 7.5 if you can get it.
Yeah.
I don't hate that one.
Go Mississippi State plus 7 all the way.
Big one in the Big 12. BYU undefeated. BYU at Iowa State.
Oh my gosh, big one.
BYU won outright in the Holy Wars, outright underdogs last week.
Yep.
Cash that one in for me. Now on the road against Iowa State, that's not an easy place to play. I mean, Matt Campbell's boys will always get up for these big games, and you would have to think BYU is going to get clipped at some point.
Yeah.
That might be a case again. Kind of like with the Mizzou game, you take the points if you can get it, and even if they lose on a last-second field goal, you're golden.
You mentioned Oklahoma State getting drubbed. They are expected to get drubbed again, this time by Texas Tech, who's probably hopping mad after their loss. 38.5
Conference game.
And a conference game.
Conference game.
38.5.
That is absurd. I think there's enough other action on the boards where I don't feel compelled to have any my hard-earned cash on that game.
You wouldn't even take Oklahoma State plus 38.5 just to see?
No,
you're out of that. You want no parts.
Keep me the hell away from it.
No part at all. Okay, maybe the last one to talk about, another SEC matchup: Tennessee and Kentucky. Tennessee favored by 8.5 on the road.
Yep. And you saw what Kentucky did last week against Texas. Now Tennessee's offense slightly, and this is what's the word I'm looking for?
Razor thin.
Yeah, slightly better than Texas. We'll just say that. I mean, Kentucky got up for the game last week, went to overtime. Kentucky isn't going to, strike fear necessarily into anybody, but they will scratch and claw. But I feel like Tennessee's offense will allow them to pull away.
Fighting Illini, you got to go all the way out to Washington.
Washington, yep, cross country flight. We know how those typically go. Washington favored by 4.5. Of course, we're in Illinois. We can't bet it, but our friends up in Iowa could. I mean, Washington at home is a totally different team than they are on the road. And
both teams are 5-2, right?
Yes, and we know how tough it is to go cross country. It's gone both ways. I would lean Washington. Obviously, I don't have any stake in it, but
now wait.
I would lean
in Missouri. Can we win? Missouri is coming up, right?
December 1st.
December 1st.
Yes.
Okay, December 1st. We can start betting in Missouri.
Yeah.
So instead of having to, if you want to bet on the Illini, you just got to drive to West Quincy starting December 1st. So, last one to talk about on the college side: Minnesota going to Kinnick.
Yeah.
And again, another couple of teams that are 5-2. You got all these teams. It doesn't seem like Iowa's having that great a season, but they're 5-2.
That's what Iowa does. That's Iowa every year. They're not impressive. They don't blow anybody out necessarily. They play a boring brand of football, but by golly, if you don't look up at the end of the year, they're 8-4, 9-3 every single year.
And yes, I think I made fun earlier this year of the coach because everybody's calling him he's the winningest coach in Big Ten history.
He wins.
He doesn't have any national titles. He's only got 2 Big Ten titles in 25 years. And I'm just saying, you just can't put Kirk Ferentz up there with Woody, Bo, and a lot of other guys.
He's the Mike Tomlin of college football.
Very well. At least Mike Tomlin's won at least one Super Bowl. You got to give him that. I mean, if Kirk Ferentz had a natty, I'd say put him right up there. But he doesn't. I mean, you got Tressel, you got Urban, you got all these other guys who've done it in the big. I'd put Barry Alvarez maybe ahead of him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just not. Again, like you said, he's just meh. He's meh. How's that?
He gets the job done for what that program expects out of him. So
Let's move on to the National Football League and an interesting game on the Thursday night schedule with the Vikings and the Chargers. Who's going to be under center or in shotgun for the Vikings?
that's the ever burning question, isn't it? I mean, and that makes me lean Chargers. I mean, but that line's climbed up. I was earlier in the week leaning kind of Chargers money line, but that's creeped up to minus 175, minus 180 some places. If I could get maybe a 2.5 with the Chargers, that's the way I'd lean.
Okay.
I don't really trust. I mean, the Vikings defensively, yes, they'll stay in games. I just don't quite trust that team just yet to go on the road on a short week and win.
No, I agree with you. I like the Chargers as well. Boy, no love for the Bears. Going to Baltimore. Been struggling, but off the bye and Lamar back.
That line tells you he's playing.
Okay.
I would
6.5 Ravens favored.
If you like the Bears, hop on it now because that line isn't going to get any bigger. If Lamar doesn't play, that might get down to about 1.5, 2.5, maybe even a pickup. So if you like the Bears, hop on it now and hope Lamar doesn't play. But if Lamar plays, that line will stay at 5, and at 6.5. That line tells you everything you need to know right now. So if you like the Bears, hop on them now. If you like the Ravens, just wait it out.
Wait it out. The Carolina Panthers are playing some really interesting football. They're up and down.
That's a good way to put it.
They are at home, but Bryce Young is a little banged up. And the Bills, boy, who knows what's going on with the Bills these days.
Yeah, what do you
Bills
get?
still favored by 7 on the road at Carolina.
Yeah, the Vegas likes the Bills are one of the top 3 to 5 most talented teams in the NFL, and that line tells you that. The Panthers, they're going to be in just about every single game they play. Now, the Bills, this is a case where either, I don't see the Bills winning but not covering. Mm-hmm. I'll say that much. If the Bills are going to win, I feel like they're going to beat them by at least 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Otherwise, take the points with the Panthers at home.
The NFC East, big matchup this weekend, Giants at Eagles. The Eagles sort of flex their muscles a little bit after a little bit of mediocrity. And boy, that Giants game.
Yeah, where are their heads at? If you got some inside scoop into what the mood in that Giants locker room is, that could sway you either way on this.
Eagles favored by 7.5.
7.5. And that would be a case where I might buy it down to 6.5. You got to think that at least did something psychologically to that Giants team. You don't give up 33 points in the fourth quarter and just, they're human. Yes, they're professional athletes, but that'll do something to you at least for a day or two. Eagles far better team at home. If you're giving me less than a touchdown, I'll take it.
A game I really like for the under factor would be Patriots-Browns.
I knew that's where you were going. The Patriots, though, they've put up some points.
That Browns defense is good.
But the Browns defense is good. It is.
He got me 19 points in fantasy last week. That was against the Dolphins.
Yes. And the Dolphins on the road in not so good weather. That's, we know how that goes. That would be a side to go with. I don't really have a strong feel either way right this second. I'm not probably going to be betting on the Browns necessarily. But that line's just, I don't know. It's a little too big for the Patriots, but I have a tough time betting on the Browns. So right now, to stay away from it.
You mentioned the Dolphins a while ago. They are going, again, another road game at Atlanta.
It is in a dome, though.
It's in a dome. Shouldn't be a problem there. 44.5 for the over-under there, but let's talk about the Dolphins for a second. How's Mike McDaniel still have a job?
you might not here in a few weeks.
I mean, and again, Atlanta favored by 7.5. To me, that seems like buy that thing down to 6.5 and go all day.
Yeah, if the Dolphins lose this game big, I feel like that might spell the end for McDaniel.
I think, in speaking of fantasy terms, I was one of those guys who went ahead and bought the lottery ticket on Christian McCaffrey in 2 leagues. I feel pretty good about it right now. He had a monster game Sunday night. Of course, this Sunday he's going to Houston and that tough Texans defense.
But the Texans offense, though, well, I will say, the Niners defense a little banged up. Texans have struggled mightily offensively all year, but that defense will keep them in just about any game. This is another one of those games. You have the Niners 5-2, Texans 2-5. I have a hard time seeing the Texans be 2-5, and they showed some spunk there late against Seattle, made that thing interesting. I would lean the Texans at home, but not a strong conviction either way.
What's up with this over/under 41.5? I know you said the Texans' offense has been but man, I like that over.
Yeah, I mean indoors, the Niners' offense has been kind of up and down, hit or miss. That wouldn't be a bad. I just have a hard time taking an over in a Texans game right now because there's kind of a ceiling.
That's like my Browns. That's like my Browns theory, though.
Yeah.
But in this one, for some reason, I like the over.
If you like it, go for it. Whatever floats your boat. But I probably won't be on the total in that one.
You're not exuding much confidence there.
No.
So, okay. Baker finally was not able to pull off the fourth quarter miracle.
Yeah, it was bound to happen sooner or later.
And now he's got to go to New Orleans. And the Saints always play well at home. Mm-hmm. Again, but the Buccaneers are still favored by 4.5 in New Orleans, and an over/under of 46.5. What do you think about this one?
That might be where I look at a total. I don't see the Bucs being held to single digits in back-to-back weeks, especially against that Saints defense. You would have to think the Bucs would score 28 at least, and then you're hoping for 20 or so from the Saints. I have a tough time laying points on the road in a division game, but that might be a case where I look at a total there, maybe get it down to 44.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. You get a 24-21 type of game. Mm-hmm. But I would maybe lean towards the total on that.
Buccaneers also having some young receivers step up. They really did on Monday night, and especially with Evans being out now probably for the year, and that's going to put out his 1,000-yard streak or whatever it is. But again, Igbokwe came back. He was there, and they got some younger guys who made some plays, just not enough plays for them. But I think Baker will be okay the rest of the year. Titans, Colts. The Colts look wow, they look
my
good.
Goodness.
14, and I think 14 against the Titans
might not be enough.
Oh yeah, I'm going to take the Colts to cover that. I really am. I like that a lot.
Yeah, now laying 2 touchdowns in the NFL typically isn't a smart way to make money, but this Colts team if they win, they are just absolutely. The one game they lost was to the Rams in the last minute.
Yeah.
On the road. So again, it's kind of the case we talked about in college with Ohio State and Indiana. Those teams, until proven otherwise. I tell you what, how about the football in the state of Indiana right now?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
Indiana football state.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, because basketball's going to be rough for the Pacers this year, and I'm not hearing great things out of Indiana either. So the Hoosiers in basketball. So that's one of the years where football is probably going to rule into
Football's
January.
Yeah.
For the Hoosier State.
Maybe in two different leagues there too.
Well, the Cowboys are a lot of fun to watch as a Cowboy fan. Even though their defense would make me pull out my hair if I had any. They're going to Denver. Denver favored by 3.5. I think Denver will win the game. Of course, with the Cowboys, it's always the over/under line, and I think 50.5 is a no-brainer.
No, are we getting into that territory where the totals are starting to get a little inflated with the Cowboys. Sooner or later, they're not going to hit one of these totals in the low to mid 50s. I mean, until proven otherwise.
Well, the
that's not a bad
Broncos
way.
gave up 30 whatever to the Giants
the
last
Broncos
week.
they're also shut out for 3 quarters, and then pulled the rabbit out of their
Well,
hat.
they won't be shut out by the Cowboys.
No,
defense.
no, and this has Cowboys backdoor cover written all over it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Cowboys up or Broncos up by 10, and with a couple minutes left, Dak drives them down the field. They score a touchdown, lose by 3. That's what. I mean, it's got like 31-28.
Yep.
You know, something like that written all over it.
Yeah,
So.
no, I think that's definitely, and for the Cowboys to, you get up and you whip the Redskins after you lost to Carolina and you lost to the Bears again, and then the tie in the Packers. You just don't know which team's going to show up, but this team's going to score points.
Yeah,
that's at least going to happen. So they've been really good in that regard. Well, Aaron Rodgers gets to face his old team. It's not in Green Bay though; it is in Pittsburgh.
How fun is this going to be?
The Steelers hosting the Packers. Packers favored on the road by 3.
I know. This Packers team confuses me. You look down, they're 4-1-1, but they haven't been all that impressive, and yet somehow until the last game against the Cardinals, they led by double digits in every game. Yet you look up, and every game they're having to, it seems like, squeak one out at the end. The Steelers 4-2 at home. I would lean Steelers getting points at home in prime time. My doppelganger Aaron Rodgers might be able to get it done against his old team, but at the very least should be a highly entertaining game, highly intriguing game with some potential playoff seeding on the line there.
No doubt about it.
Even though it is a AFC versus NFC game. But I think that's a good one to have on Sunday night. There's going to be a lot of eyes on that one.
Yeah, Pittsburgh always a great show.
It's always fun. Like there's something just about, I'll still call it Heinz Field forever.
Yeah, right.
But something about that stadium at night, it just gives off a different.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot in the NFL.
No, it's very much. It's like Lambeau. They're more like college stadiums. There's only a handful of stadiums that are like that. I think Buffalo. I think Cleveland. I think Pittsburgh. I think Green Bay.
Soldier Field's kind of the same.
Soldier Field. Well, when the Bears are decent.
Yeah.
The Chiefs. The Chiefs with the whole pregame tailgate whole thing and the barbecue going. So there are some that are more like college atmospheres for sure. The Washington Commanders are going to be without Jaden Daniels. Speaking of the Chiefs, they are going to be hosting the Commanders, and the Chiefs are favored by 12 and a half.
They're starting to cover, aren't
They're
they?
starting to cover.
Things are coming around.
I don't know if they'll cover this week, even with Daniels not playing, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
12 and a half is a lot for the Chiefs.
And and if Daniels isn't playing, doesn't that total seem a little high?
It does. 47 and a half seems very high. Chiefs outright and an under might be my play.
Yeah,
or buy the line
or
down.
say here you take Chiefs money line and say under 51 and a half, 52 and a half. You get maybe minus 120, minus 130 on that. That might be a way to look. I don't see the Commanders scoring without Daniels. I don't see him scoring more than 20 points.
Oh, God, no. I don't think so either. Marcus Mariota did not look sharp in his limited action against the Cowboys as well. So that is all the time we have this week for picks, parlays, and pints. Remember, bet with your head, bet with your heart. Use 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-BETS-OFF if you think you got a problem. Otherwise, just throw out your nickel-dime bets like Shane and I do and have a little fun on the weekends. Thanks for watching. Once again, brought to you by Utopia Event Center and Heck Gaming.
Utopia is now open every day from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. and till 1 a.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Chill out with a craft cocktail or an ice-cold beer, and Utopia's got the latest gaming machines with big jackpots ready for you to win. Need the perfect spot for your next celebration? Utopia features a beautiful event venue, available now for parties, reunions, and private events. So come see what all the buzz is about. The drinks are cold, the space is hot, and Utopia is ready for you.